December 5th. Here's what you need to know if you're planning a big, transformative contractor-led remodel for your house. Yesterday we were talking about intense level 2 DIY remodel projects, and today I'm headed over to my sister's house to help her take one on. We're going to cut a new door between her garage and addition into the wall today. Wish us luck. But what I want to talk to you about today is the big one. Big, transformative, contractor-led remodels. Level 3 remodels. And these are where the really exciting things can happen. This is the kind of stuff you see show up in Atomic Ranch magazine. This is what gets published online. This is what people love to show off. It's expensive, it's time-consuming, and it can pay dividends. But if this is the kind of remodel you've got in mind or that you're dreaming of, come here. I want to tell you a couple of things about it. Particularly as a mid-century homeowner, you have a big responsibility now to have all of your ish worked out before you call the contractor, before you even talk to them. And when you talk to those contractors, to make sure that you are setting up a really strong relationship where you are the leader of the project, the driver of the bus. Because as I was saying last time, it's really easy for a very well-meaning contractor to end up stripping out the mid-century detail in a house and put in the standard whatever of today. These days it's shiplap and shaker cabinets. In the 90s, it was returning everything to the sort of Victoriana era. None of that is appropriate for the bones of your mid-century house. None of it is going to have the staying power to last through the eras as you go forward, even as you continue to live in your house. So if you're going to invest in a contractor-led remodel, in a big picture, layout changing, addition creating, move the kitchen, exciting remodel, I want you to get all of your money's worth for it by really making sure that the choices that are made, the way that it's executed, ends up improving the mid-century quality and character of your house. So how can you make sure that happens? Well, the ideal is to find a contractor who's just as excited about the idea of mid-century homes as you are, as I am. But if you can't, it's okay, because a good contractor will listen to you and will follow any explicit instructions, advice, perspective that you can give them. So what you need to do is find a contractor who's a good listener, a good communicator, and is excellent at their craft. And then you can give them the examples, a collection of Pinterest boards, sketches created by your designer or yourself, examples of the details and the materiality that you want the house to have so that the finishes, the last choices that are made in the house, all come together cohesively and enhance that quality of mid-century design. I don't want to discourage you from taking on a big remodel. I think they can be amazing. And while many mid-century houses are perfectly livable just as they are, sometimes what you really need to make a house last, to make it live up to its neighborhood, to make it just as great as it possibly could be for your family, is to completely change something. To flip an awkward kitchen location to a completely different part of the house. To fully finish a basement, to push out an addition to the backyard that helps you connect with the beautiful nature that you're surrounded by, to change the entrance, to reframe, double the garage, create capacity for the storage you need, the home business you run, the family you have. And those are really powerful things that you can do. I never want to see people go to the expense and trouble of a contractor-led remodel, which will involve a lot of sort of necessary demolition of efficiency without considering changes to their layout. So if you're going to have someone come in and do your kitchen, I want you to think about not just replacing all of the objects exactly as they are, taking out the kitchen that exists and putting back a new one made out of fresh materials. That's too much work to get done to not get the result of, is the layout of your kitchen working for you? Is it making your life better on a daily basis? Does it suit the way your family prepares food? Likewise, if you're making any kind of an addition, I really want you to take the time to go through the design process. This is where the master plan really shines, and this is a process you can go through on your own. I've talked in the podcast, on Mid-Mod Remodel podcast before, about the process of pulling together a strong master plan yourself. I also have the Ready to Remodel course, which walks homeowners through the step-by-step framework of how to pull together a master plan, and it's something that I provide. But the bottom line is, if you're going to have contractors pull up in all of their trucks and tear your house apart and put it back together again, I want you to love the result, and I want that result to last for decades. I want you to double the lifespan of the house just as it is. So make sure that when you're thinking about big layout changes, you're also thinking about the choices, the style guide decisions, which are going to pull together a cohesive house that feels like it's related to its original design idea. And if you're thinking about a remodel that's going to update the finishes in a great cohesive way, also make sure that you're contemplating the layout changes, which will make sure that the house does what you need it to do, helps you live the life you want to live all the way along. Those two things, the way it looks and the way it works, plus the very necessary aspect of any maintenance or structural issues that might need a little love after 6 or 7 decades of living in the house, those 3 things together are the recipe for an amazing remodel. And if this is you, if you are a level 3 remodeler, if you've done something like this, or if this is what you're dreaming of, say hey in the comments, send me a DM. I'd love to talk to you about it. I think they're really exciting. All right, I'm off to go cut a hole in a wall. Wish me luck.